Man, welcome back to episode 33 of Beyond the Game, man. I should have started this episode with a bag on my head or something, man. I am your sad and disappointed Alabama fan today, man. They showed us who they were at the beginning of the season. We should have believed. We should have believed who Kalen DeBoer was. He's essentially ruined everything Nick Saban has built over the past 20 years, but we'll get to that. But first, we'll look at round two of the 2026 college football playoffs, and it's week 18 around the NFL. Games have already gotten started. We had some pretty good games yesterday. I call them playoff games yesterday between the Falcons and I mean not the Falcons, the Panthers and the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. Who the Seahawks played? The Seahawks and the Niners. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Took me a while to get that, but yeah. We'll see. We'll kind of talk about how those games play out and how games today still have some playoff spots that teams are fighting for. And if you're from North Carolina, you might be a Falcons fan today. But Brandon, how you doing, man? That's the quarterback. I'm your host, Jordan Barrett. That's the quarterback, Brandon Bullens. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Pretty good, brother. Another exciting weekend in football. I think we're getting to
Exciting
crunch
for who?
time now. It's a crunch time now for a lot of teams. Unfortunately, not anymore. Any more time for Alabama. It's
We'll
okay.
have the whole fire. We'll have the whole Kalen DeBoer discussion later. But to kick off on New Year's Eve, um we had Oregon and Texas Tech. Bro, every team that's had a first round bye except for Indiana lost. And I don't know. We'll guess we'll really talk about what that means for teams. But we'll look at this Oregon Texas Tech game first. Oregon beats Texas Tech 23-0 in the Orange Bowl. And Dante Moore goes 26 for 33 for 234 yards and an interception. Uh, what's his name? Baron Morton. He goes 18 for 32 for 137 and two interceptions. Neither team really ran the ball particularly well, but at least Oregon was able to hold on to it. They got two rushing touchdowns from the running back Jordan Davis. Texas Tech also had two fumbles on top of their two interceptions. Brandon, what were some of your takeaways from this game?
So the first thing that popped up for me was that we owe James Madison an apology for everybody that said that JMU didn't deserve to be in the playoff. They played a much better game than Texas Tech, and the disrespect for Tulane and James Madison. Obviously, saying they don't deserve to be in the playoff is one thing, but to see Texas Tech, who got a first round bye, they got an
First
extra week to
round bye,
rest.
top four seed.
Yeah, and won the Big 12. Like, oh, they're gonna dominate Oregon, dude. No, it wasn't even close. James Madison, hats
At
off
least
to you
James
guys.
Madison had some ball. They moved, even though they went down 30 something. Like at least James Madison they did something. Like,
Yeah,
granted, we're not even gonna talk about the fact that they scored 30 points or whatever in the second half, but like James Madison's offense looked damn. Like James Madison was outmatched on their defense to Oregon's offense.
hmm but
James Madison's
offensively,
offense
James
was
Madison exploded.
yeah. James their off. If you gave Texas Tech's defense James Madison's offense, they would have that would have been a ball game. But go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But like Texas Tech, they weren't able to just move the ball at all. It seems, and
At
it's
all.
probably a hats off to Oregon to some points. But I think we've talked about before, Jordan, where offensively, if you can't even move the ball, that's a lack of your production, not necessarily everything that the defense is doing.
Yeah.
So Texas Tech just did not come ready to play.
And that's the fact that Texas Tech defense still only gave up 23 points. We talk about giving up between 24 and 28 points a game and still having a chance to win. They only gave up 23. Um, but I think looking at this game, like Oregon was just play ball control. It was the time of possession was 38-32 Oregon's way. Um, and I just feel like Oregon kind of just looked at it as like they can't beat us on the offensive side. So as long as we don't turn the ball over and give them opportunities, we can win this game. And damn, that's exactly what happened though. They didn't turn the ball over. Their defense created turnovers, and they really handled them from in every aspect of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. And it's like Baron Morton, bro. First of all, I don't know who Texas Tech is trying to get as their quarterback, But from the things that I'm hearing, they're trying to get another Baron Morton. they're going to they're going to pay another guy $5 or $6 million to come in and do the exact same thing that just happened. And
Hmm.
like Nick Saban said, if you don't pay the right guys, you're shit out of luck. Like, and I
Yep.
think that's exactly what we saw. Like Texas Tech played their Big 12 schedule, which didn't offer a lot of resistance because it wasn't. We're just being real. There aren't that many good teams in the Big 12. They played Oregon and got it. That's just embarrassing. You got anything else on this game, man?
No, I just finishing off what you were saying, man. Like the lack of competition in the Big 12, it shows.
Yeah.
Because those teams, whoever does win the Big 12, right, whether it be Texas Tech or a couple years ago we thought it was going to be Colorado. Those teams aren't battle tested whenever they get into the playoffs. You can go out and beat freaking Utah State or whoever. I don't even know who else is in the big, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not like you're playing LSU or it's not like you're playing Ohio State in 2 weeks. It's like those are big games on your schedule. But for them, it's like, all right, we have one big game a year. It's going to be the conference championship.
Yeah, they have fights, but it's just because the talent is just so evenly matched, and it's not like out of this world talent. Like they're not overly talented. They have the Big 12 just isn't. It just isn't that talented. And so you just kind of get the results that you get. Even when you have a team that just ran through the entire Big 12, though, like they were blowing everybody out.
Hmm.
And I don't know if we mark this up to kind of what I was saying earlier, and teams that had that week off or that extra week off, because at this point that's like you've had them there a month off. Like you haven't played football in almost a month,
Right, right.
and then you
And
talking
it's
about coming out and playing a game.
and it's funny that from you can kind of look at it from two sides of the same coin, right? Like on one hand, if you're Oregon, you quote unquote get a tune-up game against James Madison to go into Texas Tech. But if you're
Yeah,
Texas Tech, you get an extra week to prepare for Oregon. I mean, you knew like 9 times out of 10 Oregon's going to win that game, right? So you're preparing for Oregon for 2 weeks straight, but then you go out and put up a goose egg. So it's like, I mean,
goose
either way
egg
you look at it, you get an extra week to rest, you get an extra week to prep, but it doesn't
for
even
no
look like it
points.
mattered. Yeah, no points. It doesn't even look like it mattered.
No points.
It's insane.
No points is insane. Like that's yeah, that's insane. But um, Miami and Ohio State, which was I think the score could have been a lot worse than what it was. Um, I think Miami just took their foot off the gas in the second half. But number 10 Miami beat number 2 Ohio State 24-14 in the Cotton Bowl, knocking out the defending national champs. Um, Miami's Keontae Scott returned. A he jumped he jumped that bubble or that smoke. I don't know what they would call it, but that little smoke route.
Yep.
Little, and he jumped it and took it to the house for 72 yards. If you're Jeremiah Smith, bro, he didn't get a hand on him. You have to block. Like you that I get so upset when I play college football and my receiver like just block the man in front of you. He
It's
did
so
not
simple.
do that. He did
It's so
not do
simple.
that, and he took it for six. Um, I don't even know if I would call that a momentum swing because hell, they were already up 7-0. But
Hmm.
um, Miami led 14-0 at half, with between a passing touchdown early and that pick six, which I think was big because we saw um, Carson Beck, like he played pretty well. He wasn't turning the ball over, and I think this team goes how Carson Beck goes. Like it's just kind of is what it is. But the Buckeyes, they rallied a little bit in the second half. They cut down the deficit, and it was a possession game late, but they just couldn't finish it off. Brandon, what would you say was really the turning point? Do you think it was that pick six, or was it that those missed field like they missed a field goal in early in the first half? It was just empty possession.
Yeah, I think empty possessions as a whole is kind of what kills not even just Ohio State, but a team in general, right?
Team,
Like
yeah,
you can drive up and down the field. We saw it with going back to the James Madison game. They had just as many yards. They finished the game actually with more yards than Oregon did in that football game, but the points were not there whatsoever, right? Like at halftime they're down 34-3, but the same thing here. We're looking at Ohio State. You're down two scores, 14-0. those are definitely momentum killers. Any type of drive that you have, hey, we got to get points here, got to get points, and you come up empty. Those definitely kill a team.
Yeah, yeah. It just, I think Miami also looked at this game though, and they say like they've got to be more aggressive. They've got to put their like a team like Ohio State. They came back and made this a football game. Like if you have a team down, you got to put your foot on their neck, and you got to end the game. There's no reason why that game shouldn't have been a 3 possession game because I think at that point your game plan changes right a little bit when you're down 3 possessions. Like I think even
Yes.
with two, when you're early enough in the game, we still have a ball. Like we still have the ability to play our football and win this game.
Hmm.
But when we look at the scoreboard and there's 3 possessions, whether that's 17 or 21, that's tough because now it seems like we almost have to throw the ball. Like we're not. I don't necessarily. I'm not a big run pass guy or like always run pass or like always running on first down. I'm not. But like once you're down 21, you have to open up the playbook and you have to pull out some of your best plays.
Hmm.
Whereas you might be like most offenses, you might look to take a shot on second and short. But now, okay, we're in 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6. Like let's go ahead and try to take a shot here, or just something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I completely agree. Going back to your point of, your game plan does 100% change whenever you're down a certain amount, right? Like if you're down 2 scores mid third quarter, you have the ball, you're driving. Like, do you really need to start pressing then?
yeah,
No. But
no,
if you're mid fourth down 2 scores, yeah, now it's a different ball game. You need to put up some points into it quickly
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But I also think like Ryan Day bought himself some time last year winning a national championship, but Ryan Day has just regressed back to the typical Ryan Day that he has always been. Last year, he was just across the board more talented than every team that he played against, man for man. And he had one hell of a coaching staff. He wanted to take over calling plays, and they only put up 14 points.
Hmm. Hmm. It's rough, man. It's
He
rough. What do
he
you?
won he won himself he won a national championship, and then he beats Michigan a year later. He maybe bought himself 2 more years, but he they've got to do something.
I saw something that said Ohio State can either win a national championship or beat Michigan, not both.
Not both, yeah, yeah. But then that's like, unfortunately though, I feel like some of those fans would take the win over Michigan instead of the national championship. But
That is insane, which is still insane to me. If that's really how they feel, it actually might be the greatest rivalry in sports.
yeah,
If that's really how they feel.
yeah, I agree. But I think like you said something though, because I don't about the Owen James Madison and like these other teams an apology because I don't think we should. I don't think the argument should ever be from the standpoint of the the gap in the score. I just think it should be from a like overall talent and just an overall talent standpoint. Now, granted,
Hmm.
I 1000% believe these teams deserve an opportunity because hell, like the game we're about to talk about, Alabama just went and got beat 38-3,
Yeah.
and watching that Alabama team, unless Todd Simpson is special, there's nothing special or good about. I'm above average about that team, the Alabama team. But I think when you watch, it's just funny that okay, these guys aren't talented enough, but or whatever. But then when transfer portal comes, we see James Madison has lost every starter they had, and every
Hmm.
starter they had went up. They didn't stay.
Yes.
They didn't stay in the group of five. They went up. They're playing power forward football now. Like
Correct.
I just it's a I don't know that necessarily expanding the playoff is what we're looking for, but I don't know how I feel about 16 teams. But that's
I
neither
feel
here
like
nor
16 is a lot. 16 is a lot because now you're allowing possibly the third best team in a conference to be in. It's like, is that really fair at that point?
there. Yeah, you're putting 3 lost teams in the playoffs at that point.
You might even have a 4 loss. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Duke. Let's say Duke had one less regular season loss as an ACC champ.
Oh, brother, they're making the playoffs with 16
That's what I'm
teams.
saying. Like if it's 16 teams, they're 100% making the playoff at that point.
At least, I would say, at least I at least respect that Texas and Michigan went out there and played a damn football game. And we've actually had some good bowl games. I think you look at that Georgia Tech BYU game, that
Yep.
was one hell of a football game too.
Yep.
I can appreciate the teams that have gone out and played. And on that, just stand on that point. I'm getting off track a little bit. Arch Manning is starting to look like a quarterback.
Yes. I agree.
That's all. I mean, it's his first year really starting and being in command of the offense. And I don't. I mean, granted, you would like to see a little bit more from him. Like you want to see those. I don't think he gave you enough. Like you want to see those little moments, like spurts of like really good football, or him just doing something really special. I don't think he necessarily gave you too many of those. But I think once he got comfortable, he was consistent in what he does and what he's
Yes.
doing.
Yes. I 100% agree. I think going into the season, they were expecting Arch Manning to, and I'm saying like fans and
Man,
analysts
yeah.
and whatever, were putting such high expectations on a freshman quarterback, which I don't care if your last name is Manning or not. Those expectations are just way more drastic than really realistically whatever you could possibly do in your first season starting. At least in those first few games. Now, once people saw like, hey, this is still a freshman, he is still developing, yada yada yada, they dropped those expectations.
But
And what
bro,
did he
it's
quietly started to do? Just put up 300-yard game, 5 touchdown game, 300-yard game, 500.
it's like, bro, they wanted him to come in and be like Johnny Manziel
Yeah,
beating Alabama. Like,
they, they wanted him to be prime, Joe Burrow, and it's like, come on, guys,
yeah,
he's years from that, years from that.
yeah.
Um,
Not that
but
he can't get there.
right,
Like,
right, exactly my point. Like he is going to get there. There is no
yeah,
doubt about it.
I believe so.
But it's one of those things. It takes time, and it looks like he's done a really good job this season, knocking off a talented Michigan team too. So that was cool to see.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm interested in seeing what, bro. So much has happened since our last show, though. Like,
Yeah.
bro, bro. I would have paid Kalen DeBoer if I'm Alabama. I'll pay Kalen DeBoer to get the hell out of there. Go to Michigan, bro.
How
Now,
much?
now,
How much is his payout?
I don't know. Get 10, 20, 50, 100. Get what he
50 mil.
want.
Get
Get
him
what
out
he,
of here.
kick rocks. Kick rocks, bro.
Bounce out of
But
here,
now,
buddy. Bounce out.
but now, I don't like how them and Penn State just fumbled into good football coaches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kyle Whittingham is a damn good football coach. And the
It's
fact that
honest.
Utah let what they allowed to happen is organizational malpractice on their part. Like, because bro, unless this young 30 something year old coach that they named his successor a few years ago comes in and just lights it up and goes for, like, he's got to win 10 games a year. There are no ifs, ands, or
Yeah.
buts about it. He has to.
It and he's walking into one of the most prestigious programs, to exist in college
But
football.
prestige
So
is why.
that's another good thing. They're on the same. They're kind of in that same boat as Notre Dame. It's like, what have they
But it
realistically
but it's
done?
because Kyle Whittingham built them to being even relevant. Like,
Yeah.
who is recruiting in Utah?
Couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you. I think they play 7-on-7 football out there. I don't even think it's 11-on-11.
Come on. I just go ahead though. I digress. I digress.
Man, it's one of those things, man. We'll see how it turns out for him. We'll see. It's just one of those things of it's an interesting move for sure. You kind of get into a unique position if you're Kyle Whittingham to take over this program, and you're gonna have to take every advantage, every opportunity that you get to earn your keep around there. Because it wouldn't surprise me if they say, hey, 2 or 3 years you haven't done anything, you're out.
Well, bro, I don't. What coach after 3 years? That would be 4 coaches in 10 years? That's insane. That would be crazy. But that's did you see Kurt Signetti the video of Kurt Signetti saying that he he was only at Alabama 1 year, but his 1 year at Alabama he learned how to build a program more in that 1 year than he did in his 20 years anywhere else.
I did see that. Which, if that's true, that just proves how awesome Saban was.
Bro, this is ridiculous. Everybody, all these coaches were up under Saban. Dan Lanning, Kurt Signetti, um, Cristobal at Miami, like
Mm. Kirby Smart, Georgia.
Kirby, like
Kiffin was at
bro, that's the.
Kiffin was the offensive coordinator at one point.
I'm going to
Brian
continue.
Dable,
Yeah,
who just got released from the New York Giants, like he was the
I'm
OC
going
there.
to be. I just don't understand how everybody can get a Nick Saban coach, but Alabama. Why do we go and get this West Coast pussy to fucking coach our football team, bro? That's what I don't understand. He is. I understand. You got to give him some time to build the team that he wants. Okay. I understand we had a lot of people leave when Nick came in or Nick left. But brother, for the love of God, can we please get some offense and defensive linemen? We had Cade and fucking Proctor, and we still can't. Bro, we can't run the football. Like we can't stop the run. We can't run the football. We and we're not even. I don't understand how we allow one of our best DBs to move to receiver, and now he's transferring. He didn't even play at receiver this year. I
So
have so
what was
many.
the point?
I have
What
Brandon.
was
I
the
have so many
point?
questions because we look slow. Like Alabama looks slow out there.
Mhm.
Like, what are we doing?
I honestly, going back to when DeBoer was hired, I was very, because you got to think, like, Washington, whenever he was the head coach of Washington, they had a good run, but it wasn't like he had built up Washington to be a powerhouse. You can't expect a non-powerhouse coach to now come in and try to take over a powerhouse. And it's to the point now where those, like, he can, because of talent level, he's damn sure good football coach. There's no doubt about it. But he's week in and week out in the SEC. We've talked about it all season. It's just different, man. You have to be on your absolute best A game week in and week out. Injuries pile up and you're toast, man. And that's what it looks like happened for Bama for the last couple seasons now. They just have struggled whenever it comes to the big games.
At this point, I just don't like. You know, if you really want to drop, if you really want to drop your nuts a little bit, I say fire DeBoer and we go get Lane.
I would not hate that move. I would not hate it.
Do you know how much hatred Lane Kiffin would get around college football if he switched jobs and if he switched two jobs in a year, like in the same offseason?
That's dude. That would honestly be insane because I'm sure LSU would have to pay him out too
Oh
somehow,
yeah,
some
some
way.
money, yeah.
Yeah, and so, oh my gosh, he would never be allowed back in the state of Louisiana. They might actually have his head like on a poster.
Oh
This is
yeah.
$1 million bounty, and it's just his face.
Ole Miss would probably like him again if you like
That is true.
jeez. But my sorry old Todd. Indiana throttled Alabama 38-3 in a stunning Rose Bowl game. I just don't. Indiana had over 400 total yards. Alabama only had 193.
Mm, mm.
Let's sit on that for a minute.
193
These
total.
boys didn't have 200 yards off. Fernando Mendoza, okay, played pretty well. He went 14 for 16 for 192 and 3 touchdowns.
Mendoza had just as many passing yards as Alabama had total.
They didn't have to do anything else. They didn't have to do anything else. He alone won that game.
In 14 for 16, there's no
14
pass
for no
breakups,
no
no picks.
Where's the pass? But I say where's the pass rush? But we sacked them on the first two plays of the game.
Right, right. I think you guys finished with 3 sacks in the game, which is not like a barn burner,
First
but
sack, yeah.
that's enough. That's enough to
That's
really
enough
like
pressure.
send a message. Yeah,
That's enough
for
pressure.
sure.
Because
So
if you get 5 sacks in a game, boy, your defense had a game.
yeah, yeah.
You had a day if you had 5 things. 3, we had 2 on the first two.
First 2 plays of the game, you had 2. That really set the tone, and then that was the rest of the game. That was the peak. Was the first 2 plays of the game.
Like, whoa, Indiana. Indiana only gave up a field goal. 3 points. Like, what would? Okay, Brandon, you take it away, bro. What stood out to you in this game? What stood out to you about their performance? Was it offense, defense? Hell, special teams, all of it. You tell me.
So this is gonna sound crazy, but is weather Alabama's kryptonite? Let's go back to week 1 of the season.
Yeah,
They
when it was
played
raining.
Florida State in a freaking downpour,
Yeah, it
and
was
they
raining.
lost by 17 points. Then it's downpouring all before the game at the Rose Bowl. Field's wet, slippery, yada yada yada, and they go out and put it 3 points, basically a goose egg, right?
I mean, it's
I
some. It has to be. But it has to be because you're fucking. You can't run the football. You can't. You know how hard it is to throw. You know how heavy the. We know how heavy the football, a wet football is. Trying to
yes,
catch and throw it, let alone have on gloves. Like I understand they did all they could to get the field dry, but the field was not dry with as much rain that was coming down. Like
correct. It's like you said, it's like throwing a freaking cannonball. I mean, you have to like just shot. It's actually crazy. You have to like shot put it.
throwing throwing a wet football. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, but like you said, Alabama's really struggled to run the ball for basically throughout the season, but especially over the last few weeks. So for them, it's one of those things like, oh Lord, we're going into this game. We know we're going to have to establish some type of run game to have a chance. No shot. No shot.
Yeah. You're no longer when you get off the bus. You're not scared to play Alabama.
It's crazy to say.
You're not. You're not scared to play them boys. And it's like, because where's the physicality? Like the way Georgia's defense was swarms and gets to the football is the way Alabama used to be. Like they're used. Like okay, if we allowed the receiver to catch the ball, you're not going nowhere after it. Like and now you saw a lot of that in that Ole Miss Georgia game. If it
Hmm.
wasn't for that, we're gonna get into it. But if it wasn't for that spectacular fourth quarter, Georgia was going to roll Ole Miss. Like,
Hmm.
and it wasn't really going to be particularly close when you look at. They were just more physical on every offensive line, defensive line. Their defense though was flying around. When you have a fast defense that flies around like that, it a quarterback starts to see ghosts, bro. Like you
Literally.
start seeing things that's just not there.
Literally.
Like you talk about it, Brandon.
And
Like
it's so real. Like some of the best defenses I remember playing, especially like on the road, dude. Oh my God, especially on the
when
road,
yeah,
you're like, dude, that stadium for college football, that shit's real, dude. That shit
yeah,
is so real. You should like, oh my God. No, but in all actuality, like it does make a huge difference whenever the defense just seems to be everywhere. It seems like they have 13 guys on the field.
yes,
Like you're seeing 2 high safeties. They disguise it really well. It's a scenario where they show 2 high, cover 2, for example, right? Like they're showing 2 high cover 2 on this down and distance scenario, right? Then they roll it to 1 high. So now you're like, oh shit, you're already thrown off by that. Then you don't even see the backside pressure, and your tackle misses a block. Now you're, like you said, you're taking a sack, and you're like, oh shit, that's only the first play of the game. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? So, but then you add
yeah,
that one play on top of the next play, and drive after drive after drive. By the middle of the third quarter, if your mind is not as sharp as a whip as a quarterback, and you've already picked it up and you've made adjustments after halftime, you're toast, dude. You're
yeah.
absolutely toast. Your mind is all over the place. You don't know what's going on. You're not looking at a defender anymore. You're just looking for your receiver, saying, "Hey, is he open? Can I throw this?" I'm not even kidding, dude. I'm not even kidding.
Is he open? Can I throw this? Oh, that's funny. That's that's. Oh man, you know that was never a question when Jordan was on the field. You always throw Jordan
But hey,
the ball, but
JB's always gonna be open.
bro, they got to. I just Alabama's defense has to do something, man. Will, do you think it? Like, granted, they didn't have a really a quarterback in the second half. So for Alabama, though, would you say that was because it seemed like Alabama in the first half at least had opportunities. They just didn't
Mhm.
take advantage of them.
Yep.
So would you say it was more of Indiana's defense or Alabama's lack of execution?
In the second half, Indiana. In the first half, Alabama. I think we were talking before the episode started where we were saying if Ty Simpson doesn't fumble right there, driving down the
Mm-hmm.
field, if he were to just go down, you have a first down anyway. Just
Because he
just take
didn't
it.
slide. You have the opportunity to
No,
slide.
right, right. I mean, you got to quarterback play, be smart, protect the football, protect yourself, right? Like you need to know these things,
We always
and
heard
there's
you
a
got to
reason
live
for
to
it.
see another down, live to see another
Yes,
play.
yes.
Have to.
And on that tackle, like you said, he paused, but he got hit from behind, and the ball popped out.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you were to just take advantage of that opportunity, you get your first down. You're at that point, like we said, it's 10-0. It's not even a. It's a
It's
it's
not
a very
bad.
manageable game.
Yeah.
Remember, Bama was down 14-0 against Oklahoma, or 17-0,
Which I
right?
would say was at least a better defense.
Yes, yes, yes. And so now you're facing a quote unquote weaker defense. You have an opportunity, and you let it slip away from you. Indiana's offense now takes advantage of it. You have the Heisman winner on the other side of the field. You're going to have to limit his possessions to even have a chance.
Have to.
You gave him the opportunity, and he took advantage of it. Now it's 17-0 at half. Now it's 24-0 in the middle of the third quarter. It's
And
wraps
then
after
it,
that.
and then it was just in the second half though. They like I understand our defense was on the field quite a bit,
Hmm.
but can we show up to stop the run? Like
Hmm.
it's not even like Indiana started just tossing it around the field. No, these boys lined up and were just running it down your throat. Like
Yeah,
do something,
yeah.
do something. Like at some point, somebody has to do something, bro. Like like I. This is part of the reason why I haven't even thought about getting into coaching, bro. It's just because I just don't know how I would deal with that. Like, how I would like, what are we doing? Like, what did we practice all week? What have we done all season? Like,
Yeah,
especially if I'm a coach and I know that I have prepared y'all and like giving you what you needed. Like, you know the saying, you're either coaching it or allowing it. No, but
yep.
I'm not doing either. I don't know what the fuck they're doing out here. Like, I don't know what this is. Like,
I didn't coach that, and I definitely, damn sure I'm not trying to allow it. They're out there doing their own thing.
whatever. Well, it's probably the best game of the second round. Ole Miss put up one hell of a fourth quarter to beat Georgia, um, and punch their way to the semifinals, which I didn't even think this team was really going to be able to do. Like, I guess it was really just a Lane Kiffin leaving was probably the best thing to happen to them. They're not playing for this is not a I feel like in a world of selfish football right now, we this is a team that's playing for each other. They're trying to prove a point. It's them against the world right now.
Hmm.
It's them against the world. But with 6 seconds left, their kicker, Lucas Carnerio, he hit a 47 yarder to basically win the game, man. Trinidad Chambliss, he probably could have had over 400 yards in this game. He went 30 for 46. He had 362 and two touchdowns. But the balls on him and the offensive coordinator to throw that fade on to throw that fade late in that game, and he put it where it needed to be though. Like
Yep.
he put the ball where he needed it. Like unfortunately, as a defense, when there's when offense is clicking or offense is doing like there's no answer for a perfect offense, just none. Like the rep, Ole Miss ended up with 473 yards. Most of that was done in the fourth quarter. I think they only had 6 points going into halftime.
Yeah.
Um, Georgia had 343 yards. And then Keywan Lacey for Ole Miss, he also had a big day. He had 98 yards and two touchdowns. Man, I, Brennan, okay, the fourth quarter was clearly the changing point in that game. Do you
Right.
think it was like like Trinidad Chambliss's throws, or was just Georgia making a lot of mistakes? Because the first 3 quarters, though, they were swarming to the football. They were playing
Mhm.
outstanding defense.
Yeah, I honestly think it was just the entirety of the Ole Miss offense finally clicking. Obviously, they had put up some points in the game, like you
Yeah,
said, 6 points in a halftime. Not good, but at least you have something on the board that says like, hey, we're driving down the field, we're getting some points, right? But for them, especially in the fourth quarter, being able to put it in the end zone once was probably the I don't want to say it was a point that opened the floodgates, and then after that, they just found their groove and they ran away
once they
with it
found
for
something
sure.
that worked.
Yeah.
Once they found something that worked. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with. Uh, I don't know. Like if you're Georgia, I don't say that you didn't. I don't say that you didn't call a. I wonder how many times they ran the football, because that's what was winning them the game. Like putting the ball on the ground, and they were the more physical team out there. And I just don't know how they lost this game. Like that's kind of my whole thing. Is like I just
Georgia was my
don't.
favorite to win the
Yeah,
entire thing this year, and
yeah. Like
for
I was
Ole Miss to
behind
come
Bama,
out
but yeah,
and just do what they did. Obviously, like you said, Georgia won the game for all 3 quarters. They won the game for 3 quarters, but the fourth quarter,
bro.
like you said, that
Going
was the
into the
turning point.
fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter, it was 13. It was 13 to 24.
hmm
24-13.
hmm You're
You
down
give up
11
20
points as Ole
points.
Miss, and you give up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to go put up a lot of points to even have a chance in that game.
But
What
it's
is that?
just, you just don't expect your defense to give up. To go out there and give up 20, though, especially with the way they were playing. But it is what it is, man. But let's pick the next round, the semifinals. We got um Ole Miss and Miami, and then we got a rematch of Oregon, Indiana. Brandon, I'll let you go ahead. Who you got in these games?
This is so tough. I'm gonna start with the Ole Miss, or excuse me, the Oregon and Indiana game.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this matchup earlier this year, right? Indiana barely squeaked out this win against Oregon. I think Cincinnati right now has elevated his mind to just a level that hasn't been seen by any other coach, at least in the last season or two. I think Indiana is going to go out and really show why they are the best team in the country. I think Indiana's going to take this one.
They don't beat them again.
Yeah, I think they will. I think Oregon's going to put up some points, no doubt. But once again, I just think with Cincinnati's mindset, and you almost this is going to sound insane, but whenever you're watching the game, right, and you see that like just grit still coming out when you're up 30 points in the fourth quarter, and you're still not satisfied, like that's stuff that we saw obviously with Saban whenever
Yeah.
he was still coaching. And like I think that's the kind of level that if Cincinnati stays with Indiana for a while, they might be able to really turn that program around and really be a good powerhouse. But going to this Ole Miss Miami game, I am so torn, man. Miami's on a phenomenal run right now. I'd love to see them continue it. But Ole Miss, like you said, they're playing for each other. It's Ole Miss versus the world right now. They're trying to prove a point to Kiffin that says, hey, screw you, we don't need you.
Basically.
Honestly, man, it would not surprise me if Ole Miss pulls this out, though. I mean, you've already beaten, quote unquote, the better team in Georgia. That's so tough. And with this young, fresh coach, the interim for Ole Miss right now, it's not like he has a whole bunch of quote unquote brain fog and he's worn down from, being a head coach for the entire season. I think he's still fresh, and he's got a little bit of sharpness still in his mind. So give me Ole Miss in this one. I think it's gonna be Indiana versus Ole Miss.
Mm. So early in the season, Oregon, Indiana went to Oregon, beat Oregon 30-20. Fernando Mendoza was 20 for 31 for 215, a touchdown and an interception. Dante Moore, 21 for 34, 186, one touchdown and two interceptions. Indiana rushed for 111 yards. Oregon only had 81. I think that's the difference in the game right there.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the rushing, but Dante Dante Moore got outplayed and he turned the ball over twice. You can't turn the ball over like that against a team like Indiana. You're just going to get beat. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're too well coached. They're too disciplined of a team. You're going to get beat. Can't do it. Now, I think you had a chance to beat them when you were at home. That Indiana team is too confident right now. They're playing too well football.
Yep.
I don't even think Fernando Mendoza is going to turn the ball over. You're not going to get another interception off of him. They're more physical. They run the ball. If you get out physical and your quarterback is better than the other quarterback, you're going to lose the football game.
Yep. Yep.
Give
No
them,
doubt about it.
yeah, like no doubt about it. So I'm with you on that, Indiana. This Miami Ole Miss. What Carson Beck shows up?
It's a great question.
Do we get the guy that is out here and throwing the ball to everybody and their grandma, like, or do we get the guy that actually knows? Looks like he's played damn 3 years of college football. Like, just
Mm-hmm.
what Carson Beck do we get? And we often talk about like I just said, if your quarterback gets outplayed and you can't control the line of scrimmage, you're going to lose the football game. I think Miami can control the line of scrimmage. I don't know that their quarterback will outplay Ole Miss's. And Trinidad Chambliss, I believe, can be the equalizer in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I also don't think Ole Miss matches up on the outsides with Miami. They got a lot of speed. There's a lot of speed out there. I don't know. I want to see Miami do it just to continue to piss off Notre Dame fans. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go
I completely
Miami.
agree. Screw Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Miami. Like, yeah, give me an Indiana Miami um, national championship. Yeah, yeah. Will
Yeah.
How many points you think Indiana puts up on Oregon on neutral site?
Ooh. They've already put up 30 on the road, and they just put up
Yeah, I was
38
thinking they're
against
gonna do
Bama.
40 on that ball.
Yeah, like I think Bama's defense, even though they gave up 38, like granted, a couple late
Oh
quarter
yeah,
touchdowns and
yeah.
stuff. Like it was a 35-point game, but it was realistically like a 20-something point
I
difference,
think
right?
that
Like
defense is better than Oregon's defense.
yes, I agree. That's my main point. I think Indiana's going to go out and put up a good 42 to 49 points, 50 points in this game.
Yeah, they might put up 50 on. And you know what? I just feel like Indiana's just a team destined to win it this year. Like
Yeah.
when, as Pat McAfee would say, the football gods when they start talking, or they make a decision, it is what it is. There ain't nothing you can do. It's just like when you playing college football, and it just seemed like you can't do nothing right, or all you the sorriest players on the other team playing their best football. It's just, you can't do nothing about it.
Can't do nothing.
And I feel like that's what it is with Indiana.
Yeah.
But man, let's go over to the NFL, where man, with I don't know if it's a sad day over here in North Carolina because at least we have a decent football team again, but we need some new damn referees, and this is something that has to be addressed. We cannot continue to allow bad officiating to determine games because that costs people their jobs. That costs people their jobs, and we just can't do it. We just can't do it. That the most there were two and inexcusable. I think it was that offensive pass interference and then that
hmm
defensive pass interference. How are we calling defensive pass interference when the guy trips over his own feet?
hmm
Go
Is
ahead.
it? I didn't get the chance to like watch this game in entirety. I watched I think the last quarter of it. I was getting back in the house or whatever. But from what the post game interviews were saying, like they immediately talked about the refereeing, and I was like, if the post game is immediately jumping to the referees, not even talking about the game, they're saying, hey, these referees are bad, then you know it's pretty bad, right? They mentioned the same thing, the OPI, and I think the refs missed a pretty clear face mask
Face
at one point
mask.
in the game too. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so that's three 15-yard penalties, which in the grand scheme of a game might not sound like a lot,
that's
but those
30
are automatic
yards,
first downs.
bro.
That's 30 to 45 yards.
Bro, and but
That's
that
good.
offensive pass interference was literally a third down. Was a third down conversion.
Hmm.
So now instead of a third down conversion, you're looking at 3rd and 15.
Yeah,
Come on, like,
and who's not to say once again, like just even 15 more yards for the Panthers, and we'll get to this in a second, right? But like they didn't help themselves out at any point in this game. But 15 more yards for the Panthers, that's another field goal. They win this game 17-16.
yeah,
That's just off one penalty. Imagine if they get all three.
all
You
three.
know, that could have been a two-score game at that point. Who's not to
but
say?
but I also, I mean, we let's just talk about it. You talking about what they shoulda, coulda, woulda done. Why are we running a flea flicker? I don't know if you saw it, bro, but we're
Yeah,
running
I
a
did
flea
see that.
flicker
I did see
when
that.
we're moving. They're moving the ball down the field fundamentally. They were clicking on offense. It's another thing. I don't know if we just wait on the if the Carolina Panthers just wait on their defense to make plays, or if they're just on offense. It bothers me that there is not, because when they need points, they went and got them. They went down the field, right down the field when they needed points, and it just seems like they're too conservative most of the time, and
I
I
agree.
don't like it.
I agree. I think they rely very heavily on the run game, which is not necessarily a bad thing, especially with how I would say they have an above average run game in the league
Yeah,
this year.
yeah,
But once again, to be just barely better than average, you're going to also need to have a chance to win. You're going to need an also above average passing game, which we've seen the Panthers they do not have. They do not have.
and I don't necessarily like some of the stuff Dan Orlovsky says, but I think when it comes to X's and O's, the guy's clearly intelligent. He's smart. He's just smart. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to the X's and O's of football. When it comes to that opinionated stuff, okay, he gets a little off the rails. But I think there are moments in this game where it's like you see once Xavier Leggett, Tedero McMillan, and these guys get on the same page. Like there are just little moments in the game when it's like, okay, yes, we call it a vertical, but like the safety was sitting here. Maybe you could have brought that instead of carrying it to the safety. There's nobody in the middle of the field. Like if you just come and sit in that zone, or if you carry it across the field, no, that's not the play call, but that's being a football player. Because what am I running this route into coverage for?
Right.
There's no point in me running into this man. Granted, that's also where you have to understand the scheme, because you don't you have to understand when you're running to get someone else open, or when what you're doing is you're not designed to get the ball on this play. You're designed to be a decoy. You're designed to take coverage away in a certain area of the field. But when we're on third down or gotta have it downs and there's nobody, like it was just a vertical, and he just took it too far up the seam. I mean, granted, I think the linebacker, and this was another thing too, the linebacker, because we know in the cover three, those seams, that whole shot that's open, that is open.
Yep.
If the linebacker carries that and he gets out there to cover that to give the safety some time, you replace the linebacker. Like
Yes.
replace the
Yes.
linebacker. Like it's not.
Yes.
Go ahead, Brandon. I digress, dude.
Yeah, it's just one of those things of you have to understand what the coverage you're looking at, and there's different variations of coverages, and like you're saying, so basic cover three, those backers are gonna
Yeah, basic cover three. Yeah,
yeah they're just dropping to a zone, right? But as you get
mm,
better and better in the football, they're still gonna drop to that zone, but they're gonna have another assignment to do beforehand. Like you said, they're gonna what they call walling. They're gonna wall number two vertical. What that means is that the second receiver
Yeah.
inside, for counting from the sideline in, they're gonna if he goes vertical, that backer is also gonna push vertical with him. They're gonna try to throw him off his route, right? They're gonna bump into him. They're gonna do something to try to get him off of his landmark. Whenever they do that, it makes it a tougher throw for the quarterback because now that window might be a little more cloudy with that backer and that safety now sitting in the cover three. And now that, like you said, if we're trying to attack the seam, if my guy is now bumped out of the seam, I can't throw it to the seam. He's not there. I'm gonna have to now put it a little bit wider, which throws off my timing and all that kind of stuff. So there's levels of football that once you get into collegiate and even though good high school teams are coaching it, collegiate definitely is professional, is the most elite at it. But as a quarterback, you have to understand what's going on. As soon as you see that, like you said, as soon as you see that backer wall number two, you have a route to replace it. And going back to your point of talking about McMillan running into a coverage, right? And there is kind of these, I don't want to say unspoken rules, but there are fundamentals in football of just being a playmaker and understanding the game.
And not
Sitting
being
in
a
a wide
robot.
open zone, yes, not being a robot. Sitting in a zone because it's open is what you're supposed to do, right? Like I don't care what route you're running. If you find a wide open zone, they're not covering you. Just sit there because I will find you as a quarterback, or your quarterback will find you.
And too
We're
often,
running,
I don't mean to cut you off, but too often
yeah,
that causes those are the interceptions that we see, and your fans at home are looking like, where was he throwing the ball? I'm expecting him to sit his ass down right there. He did, and
yes.
he continued to run. He ran into people. It's not.
It's a
Continue, bro.
read.
Yeah.
It's a read for the receiver, right? So that whenever I say there's a read for the receiver, you're not, we might say, hey, Jordan, run this dig route. A dig route this is a 12-yard in, right? So as soon as you get up to 12, you can just run across the field all willy-nilly. Cool. Like that's
Oh,
basic football one. That's basic football 101, right? But once you get to a certain level, you're gonna have to understand, like, hey, if that backer is walling, like he's trying to wall me, but he's too far outside, and there's nobody in the middle of the field now, I need to sit my ass in that zone. It's a read because if that guy goes here, I go there. You know what I mean? Like it's just like basketball, right? Dude pushes your
yes.
left side. What are you gonna do? Just stay dribbling on your left hand? No, switch to the right, drive to the paint. So, like it's basic stuff, right? You just have to understand basic defenses, and I'm getting way off point here. Panthers need a damn better passing game. Bryce Young needs to increase or improve his footwork, and it's it's getting to crunch time for Bryce now. I think he saved himself another year, but if they were to have another shitty year next year, I would not be surprised if they move on.
Yeah. I wouldn't say you're getting off point. I think this is what, like, we're really talking like X's and O's. Like,
Hmm.
and we need to teach some of these folks the game. Like, they
We
need
do.
to, but, but I think I talk a lot whenever I talk to people about football. I say to play this game at the highest level or to be good at it, you can't be dumb. Like, you can't be stupid. Because I have to be able to look out here and I have to be able to look out here. Okay, are they playing cover two? Are they playing cover three? Okay, where do I sit in this zone? Okay, are they trying to disguise this? Are they playing man? If they're playing man, are they playing cover one? If they're playing cover one, do we have two safeties high? Is the safety rolling down, or is the linebacker staying? Is the linebacker going to be that? It's just there's more to the game of football than just going out here running around. I understand this is a child's game that people decided to overcomplicate. And when
Yes.
when they overcomplicated it, they overcomplicated it. This game
Big
is
time.
like I'm all here for the like, but that's I have fun in the X's and O's and drawing up offensive. Like that's where I would enjoy being a coach. But it's also what we were just talking about though. Like just sit down. Just start running. You're making things harder for yourself, or just block the man in front of you, or like it's just those little things that I just
I'm
can't
glad you
get behind.
mentioned that again. Going back to that pick six that Miami had against Ohio State, what receivers are taught on a bubble screen play, right? So it was a bubble screen.
Oh yeah,
The the receivers are taught to block what's called MDM,
yeah,
most dangerous man. Okay,
yes, you have
so what that
yes,
means is if that corner's pressing down. Guess what, motherfucker? You have to go get him, right? That's now the most dangerous man to make a play on the ball, to make a tackle. You have to go block them. Now,
I,
if it's a safety coming across, if it's the backer flying outside, boom, now you adjust off once again, it's a read, right? Like who is my most dangerous man off this specific look that they're showing me pre-snap. If it's the backer, I go block the backer. If it's corner, I go block the corner. It's simple stuff, man. It's like you said, they overcomplicate it, but at the end of the day, once you conceptually understand it, it is
yeah,
just so easy to understand. Now,
yeah,
granted, you just have to go out and execute, which looked like Jeremiah Smith did not do, which is why the pick six occurred. If you were to even just get a hand on it, it's at least incomplete. Complete it, maybe even for 5 yard completion. It's a completely different ball game. Those small minor details make the biggest differences in a game.
now don't get me wrong. I can understand depending on how they line up. You might, depending on how you line up and the way the screen or the quick pass is called, you might not block the man that's in front of you. You might have to go to the left, or you might have to block down. But damn it, for Jemiah Smith, there was nobody inside. There was nobody else inside of him that could have gotten to that corner, and that corner was
Yes.
pressed. That corner was pressed. Most of the time, you're not running a smoke screen, or you're not going to try to do that against press man coverage. Like,
Nope.
and so also, I don't think. Granted, it's not they were pressed across the board, no, because there was space. There was still space to get that pass off if he just would have touched the man. But also, in most situations, you as the quarterback, fuck with the play that was called. You have to change that play. If you see that they're okay, coach, we got three. It's 3 versus 3 out here, but they're impressed, man, and you want me to throw this screen? Like, no, that's just bad. No, so just put your team in a position to win.
Yep.
Jeremiah Smith didn't do it in that situation, but
Hmm.
it is what it. Either way, we just saying all that to say, be a damn football player. Like, just be a football player. Like, this is why
Right.
you watch film, and that's the thing too. Is like, don't get me wrong, that was a great play by the defender. He's that was film. That was film. He
Hmm.
watched the film.
Hmm.
Not only did he watch it, he trusted himself in what he saw on the tape. Because I think a lot of times, especially as we can see one thing, we can see it and see it and see it, but whenever it comes game time, we can be hesitant, and that half a step or that step too slow is what costs you. And it's like, damn, I knew it was coming, but just hesitated.
Yep.
But man, the Seahawks look like they will be the number one seed in the NFC, which is kind of a bummer if you're the 49ers because you could have had home field advantage throughout the Super Bowl. Like, so, but the Seahawks get the win 13-3. The game was kind of a snooze fest. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of stopped watching it. Like,
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet had the only touchdown. Um, but both of these defenses are damn good. Like Seahawks had the ball on the 1 yard line, and granted they ended up scoring on that possession, I believe, but they ended up like second or third and like 10 or something. Like, it
Hmm.
was first and goal on the one, and then yeah,
Yeah. I think you're talking about the first that I think it was the first drive of the game. They threw the corner route to Smith and
yeah,
Jigba. They got the PI. It's first and goal, and then like literally that same play, they do they basically run like a flood concept out of under
mm-hmm.
center. He had the fullback wide
Wide
open in the
open.
flat. He didn't throw it, and he tried to run around and took like a 19, not a 19, but it was like a legit like
Crazy
13 or
loss.
14
Yeah,
yard sack. And they only get a field goal out of it. It's like, dude, like you had an opportunity to score. They gave you a free first down on the 1 yard line. You got
gave
to
you
take
one.
advantage of that. But yeah, nonetheless, I honestly turned the game off too right before halftime. I was like, this isn't going anywhere.
Terrible,
Yeah.
terrible.
I think San Francisco, in the grand scheme of things, I think San Francisco is a really good team. After seeing what I saw last night, I don't think they are a true legit contender for the
Yep.
Super Bowl. I think it's great. You can go out and put up 40 something points on the Chicago Bears, and this is coming from a Bears fan. We don't have the best defense. Um,
Yeah, y'all's defense is creating turnovers. Y'all aren't
yes.
flying. Y'all aren't like the damn Texans.
No, like
Like
we're
y'all
not
turn the ball over.
stopping any drives. We're not stopping drives. The only way that we stop a drive is with a pick or a fumble. That's the that's the only way. But either way, but then again, you go and face another good team after defeating the Bears. You put up a lot of offensive points. Great. You go out and you put up three points against a division rival at home late in the season, like it's a must-win game, or got to have it kind of scenario, and you got embarrassed in front of your home team, or your home crowd. So after seeing that, I don't think they are legit contenders anymore.
No, man. Let's pick some of these games and get on up out of here. Some of these games have playoff implications, but not this Packers Vikings game. I think regardless of if the Packers win or lose, they'll be the 7 seed.
Yep.
But who you got?
So I looked it up. Jordan Love and a couple other starters for the Packers are sitting this game.
Oh,
Um,
I guess.
and it's at Minnesota. Honestly, I still don't know if Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy at quarterback can win against a high school team.
Thank you.
So honestly, yeah, I think Minnesota, if they were to score 20 something points, that's a big if. If they throw the ball to Justin Jefferson, they can win. But with the way it's gone this season, give me the Packers.
Malik Willis is going to go out here and outplay J.J. McCarthy.
I hope he
Without a doubt.
does. I hope he does.
Yeah, I'm with you though. Give me the Packers.
I'm sick of seeing McCarthy everywhere.
J.J. McCarthy is scrub, bro.
We'll get to this in a second. We'll get to this in a second. We'll finish this, and I got to talk shit.
The J.J. McCarthy's a scrub, bro. But Bears, Lions. I think if y'all are basically playing for that 2 seed.
Yep.
Between y'all and the Eagles, I just think it really just comes down to whether y'all win or lose.
Believe so. Yeah.
Game. Y'all got to go to Detroit.
I think this is coming from a Bears fan. Ben Johnson's a freaking maniac.
Yeah.
This is against his former team, right? Which we've already lost to against once this year. I don't think it's going to happen again.
He's going to try to put 50 on him.
I think he's going to try to put 50. I fully believe he's going to try to put up 50 points on the lines. And with that being said, like you said, we're playing for the 2 or the 3. We already said that the Packers are the 7 seed regardless. We're not going to get the first round bye. We're going to play the 7 seed if we end up the 2. We're going to play the Packers again, which, as we know, is our rivals. But like I said, Ben Johnson's a maniac. He's going to try to purposefully not only just win this game, but dominate and prove a point to the Packers like, motherfuckers, we're coming for y'all next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy that, bro, Ben Johnson's ability to scheme up the run game is insane, which makes it so damn easy to throw the ball.
Yes.
Because you don't know, especially when he's under center and they start. That's a lost art in the football that's played today. That's under center and hiding the football. In shotgun, the whole damn defense can see the ball. When you're under center, they don't know what the fuck's going on back there.
Yep.
So Ben Johnson, yeah. And I mean, he picked this situation, and damn it, he's doing the damn thing. Like he's doing the damn thing. So I'll definitely take the Lions in that one. I think the Broncos are playing for the number 1 seed in the AFC today against the not the Rams, the Chargers. Who you got? Who you got?
The Broncos are playing lights out, man. I think Sean Payton's a hell of a coach. I think Debo Nix has played really well. Obviously, defense have they broken the sack record yet? I think they were on pace for it earlier this season. I don't know if they've actually done it yet. But yeah, I mean they've been playing lights out. I'll take the Broncos in this.
I just want to see what happens when the Broncos defense is playing damn well. What happens when they give up 28 points? What happens when they give up 32? I don't trust Bo Nix. Like, I'm sorry, I don't trust Bo Nix. And granted, I've hated Bo Nix since he played at Auburn. People try to act like Bo Nix just had one bad year when he was a freshman. No, Bo Nix was not good all 4 years at Auburn. Okay, Bo Nix was good when was at Oregon.
Yep.
I didn't like him then. I'm starting to respect him a little bit more in college because you can see the growth. I mean, in the NFL, see the growth in the way that he's playing. He's getting better, but I still don't think he's there. But on the other side, I don't think the Chargers are going to be the team to go out there and put up 30 points today. So I'll take the Broncos.
Yeah.
And the game that we all want to see. This is a legacy game for Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson comes out here and does the damn thing after playing like shit for past whole season, like we'll just call it all season, bro.
Yeah.
The Ravens were what 1-5 at one point.
Yes, they were.
Now they got an opportunity to play for a playoff spot, and I don't know if the you tell me what you think. Who you got in this one? What you think?
The Ravens started off bad and have now found what 5, 6 wins in 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers started off very well and have now lost 5 or 6 out of their last 7 games. If trends were to say one thing or another, I will take the Ravens in this.
Okay. I want the Steelers to win just because I think they'll do better in the playoffs. The Ravens' defense is old and slow. They can't rush the pass, bro. I think like their leading their sack leader has like 4.5 sacks, bro. Like no pressure on the quarterback, which is why their secondary just getting roasted and toasted out there. And they cut Jair Alexander like he was the problem. Did he play well this season? No. But did your defense play well this season? No. Like you gonna fire everybody? Like, come on, bro. So I'm gonna take the Steelers in this one.
I'd
Now
love to see
going,
Rodgers in the playoffs again too.
yeah,
Cool.
just one last time.
Yeah.
See it because he's playing damn good football this year. Like, nah, he's not going 45-5 like 45 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. No,
Right.
but he's playing damn good football this year.
He'll still give you 30 and 10.
Yeah,
He'll still get you. It'll keep you in a game. That's for sure.
most definitely, most definitely. But go ahead and talk your shit, Brandon. This is your moment.
Oh my God, yeah. Going back to this bum McCarthy, okay? NFL is trying to shove. NFL is trying to shove this McCarthy love down our throat so fucking hard, right? I want you can go look this up. You can go pull this up on the NFL's Instagram or Twitter or whatever. JJ McCarthy won NFL Player of the Week in Week 1 of this season.
Wow.
You know what his stats were that game? You know what his stats were?
I'm considering that he has more interceptions than touchdowns. I would say he maybe had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and threw for like 175 yards.
I think he had 1 rushing, 1 passing for 140 yards.
Oh, he didn't even break 150.
140 total yards, and they called him the NFL Player of the Week. That's when I knew the NFL is trying to shove this shit down our throat. This is pathetic, and everybody knew. All of us knew he's not he's not 9, whatever the fuck bullshit name he tries to give himself. It's not that.
I don't understand how you go get a quarterback from a team that ran the ball damn 80% of the time, and you thought he was. Let's not. Okay, they won a national championship that year, but can we please not forget their first possession against Alabama? He threw an interception. He got saved by some BS call because they said that the guy that intercepted the ball stepped out of bounds, so he couldn't be the first player to touch it.
It's insane. It's insane.
Get out of here.
Get him out of here. I mean, seriously. But in all seriousness, you look at McCarthy and the way he's played this season. It's been terrible. He's going to be hurt again. Or at least he's coming off an injury.
He's gonna be hurt again. No, exactly. He's gonna be hurt again. Exactly.
He's gonna be like Burrow. He's gonna be injury prone, and he'll be out of the league
good
for 4
stats.
years. He's gonna be Mac Jones, bro. Like, what are we talking about? His ceiling is Mac Jones.
Is he going to be Mac? Is that? I don't even know if that's his ceiling. Like he's like Desmond Ritter. Like,
oh shit. Like, we're talking about Cincinnati Desmond Ritter.
No, we're talking New Orleans Saints Desmond Ritter. Like,
Jesus,
this guy, bro, JJ McCarthy. Yeah, I don't think he makes it out of his. He makes it to his rookie contract, but he doesn't make it out of it. He's got 4. Yeah. Actually, I think he's at 5. He was a first round draft pick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They
And here's my thing too. Like, dude, you freaking pick up Sam Darnold, right? You go 14-3, and you ship him out. What are we doing?
you you could have
I
got him
don't
for
give.
$30 million.
My point. My point. You're not paying him I mean, you're paying him a quarterback salary, but you're not
But you're
paying
not
him
paying him. Yeah.
50 million, 60 million a year like Dak
It's not.
Prescott and Patrick Mahomes. Dude, you're getting quality wins, going to being a number one seed in the fucking playoffs, and you're just gonna ship him out just because. Oh yeah, 9 is here. Fuck off, dude. Get out of here. That is unbelievable.
I'm
Dumbest
with you.
decision an organization could have made.
I'm with you. And they're dealing with it. Like that's just the best way to put it. They're dealing with it because if you look at what are they doing right now? Like these boys are sitting at home. Yeah, they're sitting at home, and I think if you're like who, this is just what I be talking about. It's like I can't get a I can't get a general manager job. I can do better than that. I can do better
Yes.
than this. I can't
You,
get
you
a general manager job.
you should be able to look at your team and say, hey, we went 14-3 with this guy. What better can we do? Yeah, let's put in the freaking rookie that has proven nothing.
Because even
Genius.
I don't like that the Packers have been. I don't like that the Packers do what they do, but the Packers haven't been in need for a quarterback for 30 years.
At all. At all.
I Nobody liked that Jordan Love got paid the way he did, but
But can you
he's
blame the
not
Packers?
he's playing well. Like
Yeah.
he's not bad. And he's not a top five quarterback. Like he's not the Aaron Rodgers or what Brett Favre was, but
Right.
yeah, he's
But I
getting the
mean,
job
you
done.
look at it, they go to the playoffs pretty much year in and year out.
They
Might mess
they
around, win a
they win
game
a
or
game or
two
two.
in the
Yeah.
playoffs. I mean, but realistically, what more could you ask for? And now this year, like you saw, they went and got Mike Parsons, went and got, they picked up Sauce, right? So I mean, you're looking, or excuse me, not Sauce. Oh my God, who am I blanking on?
Who
It was another DB. Oh, Trayvon Diggs. They just picked him up.
yeah.
So that you get these couple more pieces. Shit,
I want to touch
here
on
you
that for
go.
a second. We are not going to act like Trayvon Diggs just all of a sudden forgot how to play football. Trayvon Diggs has never been a lockdown corner. Y'all
Never.
folks are just too damn ignorant to watch the game and understand what's happening. He is a pick six or getting toasted type of guy. There are no
Yes.
ifs, ands, or there's no in between. He is either going to make a big play or it's going to be really bad.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, it is what it is. And y'all, you know what? This is something else y'all fans have to stop doing around the NFL. Y'all have to stop being so fucking ignorant and blaming everything on the players. Okay? We can get mad. Y'all get mad at Jerry Jones, but then y'all just go back to forgiving him and forgetting what he's done. When you have a corner like Trayvon Diggs, when you have a corner like Deron Bland, they're jumping routes. They're
Yes.
jumping routes. Why can they jump routes? Because they have Micah Parsons. When you let go of Micah Parsons, you cannot do that no more. You're
Yes.
not getting pressure on the quarterback. Now they're out here getting toasted. They're looking like average scrubs out here. They're
Yep.
not bad. That's bad general manager. But you know what? You know what?
You said, you know what?
I just I quit. I quit. I don't have anything else to say.
We need to start the 33rd NFL team, Jordan. Put it in High Point.
Bro, bro. If maybe if this was like back when Jerry Jones bought the damn Cowboys or something, like now these teams damn $6 billion. Shit, Brandon, we come up on that though. We gonna definitely get us. We gonna get us one.
We got to
We
play. We got to win the lottery like 10
yeah,
times over.
but we gonna get us one. Hey,
Oh yeah.
we can. We can. I think you what we can become a minority owner with like what is it 10%? We can.
I couldn't even tell you.
We can figure it out. We can.
I'm just gonna ask. Just gonna ask Brady for a donation.
Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, look. When me and Brandon, yeah, we ain't gonna tell y'all when we start doing it, but there will be signs. See,
There will be signs.
there will.
I'm gonna pop out with the AP, and you're gonna be like, "What's that?" Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. When we start doing this show from from my damn office overlooking the stadium or something,
Yeah.
and then y'all
Like, where they at? Don't worry about
don't even worry.
it.
When y'all see a good football team out there, though, just know who put it together.
That's right. That's
Just
right.
know, man. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube, cause like, oh, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, like, just why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Showtime. We're gonna see how these shows keep playing out as we continue, cause my work schedule's changing. So we gonna see how that play out. But give me y'all college football predictions, NFL predictions. And we'll be back next week with some more ball, man. It's getting that time of the year, but we'll be back with some more ball, man.